Before plastic invented, humans relied on various natural materials for diverse purposes, like wood, metal, glass, clay, rubber. These materials were used for everything from packaging and containers to utensils and tools. The beginning of 18th century, 1862, Alexander Parkes found and introduced the first prototype of plastic until it has currently and vastly developed in 20th century. So, the question is, what is plastic made of? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll answer the question after I introduce myself. I am Abellano Fajrian Saputra from Junior High School 1 Tumberjo. Keep in mind that plastic is synthetic materials which cannot be easily decomposed. Plastic which are scattered, buried, float in the ground or water need hundreds of years to be perfectly destroyed. In spite of the flaws, these are reasons why plastics are still being prima donna and massively produced. Plastics are durable, waterproof, versatile, and the price is very economical. Plastics are believed to replace wood and other natural materials from being exploited. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have fully comprehended that the use of plastic in everyday life is useful, but it has inequality in recycling system and controls, particularly in Indonesia. Then, what happens in Indonesia? How plastic waste managed? And what are the impacts of plastic waste? Ladies and gentlemen, you all do realize that plastic waste in Indonesia has been extremely concerning. The matter of fact is that, according to a journal entitled Plastic Waste Inputs from Land into the Ocean, Indonesia has been the second highest country which contribute plastic waste into ocean. Statistic data show that almost 400 tons plastic waste floating into ocean in Indonesia in 2022. Even the depth reach 100 meters, this certainly pollute ecosystem underwater. You probably have heard about the danger of microplastic, haven't you? Yes, the sign of microplastic have been detected in all water and sediment around Indonesia, even various fish and shell. If humans consume any seafood which contain microplastic for a long time, it can contribute to several diseases like respiratory or digestion problems, even cancers. Other than microplastic, which obviously affect our health, it also becomes social and economical problems. Very well, ladies and gentlemen, we have discussed about the fact and plastic waste impacts for the marine life. As a human, what can we do about this? First of all, government enrolls attention, importantly required as policymaker to inframe programs for environment sustainability. Our government has already implemented any ways to recycle plastic waste in Indonesia. For example, establishing waste management including reduce, reuse, recycle. Second of all, government programs will run optimally if it is accompanied by people awareness of the importance to sort out household waste, like separating organic and inorganic waste. Moreover, people must stop throwing garbage into river. The third of all, as a human being, we must believe that we are God's creation. Just like this nature, God creates nature as a source of food and place to live. Everything has been provided by God. The sun which produce heat, the sky where the rain falls, and where the atmosphere protects us from any falling meteors. All these elements are connected to each other, just like a system. If one element is broken or gone, it will destroy the whole system. Remember, if we do good to nature, it will give us better. But if we consciously destroy it, we will see destruction and disaster around us. If we pollute river and water, it will come back with great flooding, plowing and scraping mountains for silver and gold. We will wait for so many earthquakes shaking our home and landslide. Why? Because nature is alive and we will reap what we sow. So we don't to the safe world, or we are still destroying it instead.